fills us up with sight, the mystery of life and of death, the wind that moves every breath. You are without and within, my precious Lord and my friend, the Mother creating the song, both the great and the small. Brahman is all and is one, Atman and Brahman are one. Within the cave of my heart, Atman and Brahman never will part, never will part. Endless springs in the cave of my heart, where shines your light through all of the darkness. Your waters wash my face from the tears that do fall, and fill my heart with your grace, ocean of bliss over all, ocean of bliss over all, ocean of bliss over all.
Good morning, everyone, and we're very, very pleased and blessed to have Swami Sarvapriyananda visiting us. He's the head of the New York Center, the first Vedanta society ever started in the United States by Swami Vivekananda himself. This is absolutely the flagship of Vedanta. Swami Turiyananda took over after Swami Vivekananda was touring. Other direct disciples came. Swami Vedanta was there for quite a long time. And it has been as I say, the first and the longest continuously open and run Vedanta society in the West, I believe. I will say in the West, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes I exaggerate. But we're extremely happy to have him here today. I know many of you were here last night, but let's greet him again and say, very glad to have him here. Swami.
Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om, lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from darkness unto light, lead us from death to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. Good morning and namaste, everybody. Namaste. This morning, what I'm going to do is, I'm doing it for the first time. Well, not quite. This is the first time I did what is called a beta test before this. We did it in Austin, but I made them promise not to upload it before I did the Santa Barbara thing. What we're going to do today is, it's not a lecture, it's not a talk, it's a meditation, a non-dual meditation. It is what I would like to call experiential knowledge. A talk is where you listen and you get information, but always there's the feeling that there's a divorce between what I have just understood and heard and actually experiencing it. And experience by itself, bare experience, where we do not know what is it that we are experiencing, can detract from the value of that experience. So non-dual meditation is a peculiar form of meditation. It's special to Advaita Vedanta, and I would make it a little wider. There are similar techniques in Dzogchen Buddhism, in Kashmiri Shaivism, for example. But here, the unique thing about it is the goal is the way. What we are trying to achieve through our spiritual practices, what we are trying to attain and realize, what we are going to do here is we are going to go to that end, the goal, the very end of our spiritual practices, sort of the view from the top. What we are going to realize through spiritual practices, we are going to center ourselves there and take a look. It is the perspective of the enlightened person. And we might go, then it's not me. That's not me. Well, don't sell yourself short. We'll see. It's not all that alien to us. In fact, it's all the time available to us. We need to, and in Shankara's words, to uncover it. The Isha Upanishad says, the Lord pervades everything, the moving and the unmoving. And you need to uncover it. Shankaracharya says you need to uncover it, you need to discover it. So that process of discovery, which will be both knowledge and experience, we will see that today. And the Jayanti, thank you for that beautiful song. I was just thinking, the songs she sings, there's really no need of a talk after that. I mean, it's all covered there. Atman is Brahman, never shall depart in the cave of my heart. Brahman is all that there is and everything, and you are that. That's it, basically. That's all that we're going to talk about. The particular gateway to the non-dual experience that I have selected for this morning is a verse from Vivekachudamani. This is a text called the Crest Jewel of Discrimination or Crest Jewel of Discernment, written by Adi Shankaracharya about 1300 years ago. It's one of the best known texts of non-dual Vedanta and a popular book of non-dual Vedanta. Towards the end of this text, we have these verses. The student, having attained enlightenment, now tells the teacher what it is like. And the teacher can check the boxes. Yes, you've got it. And those verses are verses of non-dual meditation. So we will do just one of them this morning. And in Vedanta, the practice is hearing, which we are doing now, but also reasoning about it and meditating upon it. So we are just going to change the order a little bit. There is hearing now and meditating. What we are going to do now is hearing and meditating together. And the reasoning about it, the questioning about it, that will come later. So there's going to be a Q&A session. After the meditation is over, then meditation/hearing is over, we'll have more of Jayanti's music, and then we will segue into the question answer. And then everybody doesn't have to stay for the question answer. Those who will leave, and then we will start the Q&A. So here goes. The verse, let me chant the original Sanskrit verse and a translation, and tell you a little bit about it, and then we will start the meditation. The original verse goes like this. This is the student expressing enlightenment. Akashavadlepaviduragoham adityavadbhasya vilakshanoham aharyavadnitya vinishchaloham ambodhevat paravivarjitoham. So 4 metaphors are used by the enlightened one, the student, to express his enlightenment. It goes like this. Like the sky, like the bright sky, I am ever free of any taint, of any imperfection, any sin, any effect of karma. I am ever free. Like the blazing sun, bright sun, I illumine everything, and yet I am distinct from what I illumine, what I reveal. And like the mighty mountain, I am ever the same, never moved, immovable I am. Like the vast ocean, I am boundless. So you recognize the title of the talk. taintless sky, shining sun, immovable mountain, and boundless ocean. This morning when I came to visit the temple, I tried it out. Let's try it out. I walked outside, and there it is, the vast blue sky, taintless sky, cloudless up there. And there it is, the brilliant orb of the sun, illumining the whole world, shining sun. And there it is, behind the temple you will see the majestic mountain, immovable mountain. And in front of us, the expanse of the Pacific Ocean, the boundless ocean. I had imagined it in my mind when I was thinking about this talk here, and then it's a wonderful thing to see it all around you. This is the perfect place to do this meditation. So we're going to do it together today. We will need a little bit of calmness and stillness. So wherever you are, if you're coming in right now, come and sit down. There is space. Yes. So what we are going to do now is first a period of quietening down, of relaxation, of calmness, of stillness, so that we are ready. What will happen in the first phase of the meditation is not non-dual meditation. It's just getting ready for non-dual meditation. It's a good thing for any kind of meditation. What we will do is, those who have done yoga, you'll immediately see the similarity between this and yoga nidra. Yes. Less movement. Yes. The similarity between this and yoga nidra. Those who do the yoga nidra meditation in hatha yoga practices, you know that actually the real yoga nidra is done lying flat on the ground in the shavasana. And it's a prolonged process. It takes about 45 minutes. What we will do here is a curtailed version, a much shorter version, which we can do sitting here. It's deep relaxation. It's probably, if you do the full yoga nidra, it's probably the deepest kind of relaxation we have felt on this side of general anesthesia, I think. So we will see some of that. And then we will slowly glide into the non-dual meditation. All that we need to do is sit still but not rigid. Sit straight but not rigid. Don't strain. Relaxation is the point, so you must not strain to relax. If an itch comes up, a sneeze comes up, a cough comes up, all right, itch it, sneeze, cough. Don't struggle with it. You'll often see the body putting forth these signs when it's time to be spiritual, quote unquote. There's a resistance. I remember once I did this relaxation technique, and in absolute quietness and silence, a gentleman started coughing, and he couldn't stop coughing. And once it was over, the meditation technique was over, we came out of it, he stopped coughing. He was not doing it on purpose. It's the body. Somewhere in the body, prana, mind, there's a rebellion. I don't want this. There's something scary for me. There's nothing scary. It's very nice. And then we will glide into the non-dual meditation and finally wrap it up. That's all that there is on the menu today. All right, sitting straight, relaxed, breathing normally. When we are comfortable, you can close your eyes. Gently close our eyes, breathing normally. In this relaxation exercise, what I will do is, I will mention parts of the body. We will do a full body scan as is done in Yoga Nidra. I will mention the part of the body. Just visualize it casually. Don't put any effort into it. Visualize it and feel that it is relaxed. Just visualize that part of the body and feel it is relaxed. Feel that it is getting heavy and relaxed. So, sitting quietly and relaxed, breathing normally, let us draw our attention to the left foot, big toe, relax. Left foot, first toe, second, third, fourth toe, all 5 toes of the left foot. relax. The bottom of the left foot, the sole, relax. The ankle, left ankle, relax. Left foot, relax. Left lower leg up to the knee, relax. Left knee, relax. Left upper leg up to the waist, relax. Right foot, big toe, relax. First toe, second, third, fourth. All 5 toes, relax. Right foot sole, relax. Right ankle, relax. Right lower leg from the ankle to the knee, relax. Right knee, relax. Right upper leg from the knee to the waist, relax. Whole left leg, relax. Whole right leg, relax. Breathing normally. Waist, relaxed. Tummy, relax. Chest, relax. Lower back, relax. Breathing normally. Upper back, relaxed. Back of the neck, relaxed. Left hand, thumb, relaxed. Left first finger, relaxed. Second, third, fourth. All 5 fingers of the left hand relax. Left palm, relaxed. Left wrist, relax. Left arm from the wrist to the elbow, relaxed. Left elbow, relax. Left upper arm to the shoulder, relax. Left shoulder, relax. Left armpit, relaxed. Right hand, thumb, relax. First finger, second finger, third, fourth. All 5 fingers of the right hand, relax. Right palm, relax. Right wrist, relax. Right lower arm from the wrist to the elbow, relaxed. Right elbow, relaxed. Right upper arm from the elbow to the shoulder, relax. Right armpit, relaxed. Right shoulder, relax. Whole left arm, relaxed, heavy. Whole right arm, relaxed and heavy. Back of the head, relaxed. Top of the head, relaxed. Forehead, relaxed. Right eyebrow, relaxed. Left eyebrow, relaxed. Right eyelid, relaxed. Left eyelid, relax. Right eyeball, relaxed. Left eyeball, relaxed. Nose, relaxed. Right cheek, relaxed. Left cheek, relaxed. Upper lip, relaxed. Lower lip, relaxed. Chin, relaxed. Tongue inside the mouth, relax. Both jaws, relax. Right ear, relaxed. Left ear, relaxed. Whole face, relaxed. Whole lower body, relaxed. Whole upper body, relaxed. Breathing normally. Whole body relax. Breathing normally. Whole body relax, becoming heavy. Watch the breath at the nose. In breath, watch. Out breath, watch it. As the in breath comes in, count in your mind 1. As the out breath flows out naturally, count 2. In this way, count till 10. If you miss a count, then start from 1 again. Be relaxed. You can stop counting, let the breathing continue normally. Short breath, you know it is a short breath. Long breath, we observe a long breath. Let it come and go naturally. Whole body relaxed. As we breathe in and breathe out, focus on the heart area in the middle of the chest. Visualize a warm, golden, pulsating light. It is spreading all over the body as we breathe in. It's pulsating, covering the body in a golden light, warm, nourishing. Golden, warm light pulsating in the center of the chest. Now listen to the sounds. Gently draw our attention to sound. The voice of the speaker. Other sounds in the temple. Around us. And sounds from outside the temple. Far off sounds. Do not dwell on any sound. Do not think about the sound's origin. Just notice the sound. Do not resist any sound. Do not follow any sound. Let the sounds arise in your awareness, play around and fade away. Aware of the sounds arising and fading away. Aware of the silence between the sounds, underlying the sounds. breathing normally, relaxed, heavy. Listen. I'm awake and listening. In this awakened awareness, sounds arise, float around, and disappear. Notice whatever the sound, whenever the sound, of whatever duration or quality, they are all appearing and disappearing in the same awareness, which I am. Sounds are different, but the underlying awareness is the same. These sounds arise in me, the awareness, and fade back into me, the awareness. Relaxed, breathing normally. Notice also that these sounds would not be experienced without the awareness. The coming and playing around and fading away of sounds is all illumined by the same awareness. Before the sound, awareness was. During the sound, awareness is. And after the sound has faded away, the awareness continues. Not just the sounds exactly like this. When we see things with our eyes, objects and people, when we see the sky and the earth and the ocean and the sun, all of them appear to the same awareness, play around in the same awareness, and fade away in the same awareness. The awareness continues, regardless of what we see. It is only due to that awareness that we see anything at all. In fact, in all the experiences of hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, touching, it is the same awareness in which all these experiences take place. I am the light which illumines all these awareness, all these objects. The sounds, the forms, the tastes, the smell, the touch. It is again in the same awareness that thoughts arise, feelings arise. It is in the same awareness that we feel happy or sad. It is in the same awareness that pleasure arises and pain. Just like these sounds, thoughts and sensations come and go. In this one awareness, the awareness remains the same, ever illumining. The whole of the waking life, it is the same awareness in which thoughts, feelings, memories, desires, pleasure, pain, an endless procession come and go. In that awareness, appearing to that awareness, in that awareness, indistinguishable from that awareness. Awareness continues. And when waking life fades away into dream, into sleep, and a world of dreams appears, whatever appears in the dream, it is the same awareness to which it appears, to which these sounds are appearing now. Just as various sounds appear, play around and disappear in my awareness now, in me the awareness, similarly the entire world of dreams appears and disappears in this same awareness. And when everything fades away into the deep darkness of deep sleep, that darkness also is revealed by the same awareness. The featurelessness, the uniform blankness, the seed state, revealed in the same awareness, indistinguishable from the same awareness. Breathing normally, I'm awake and listening, relaxed. And so this cycle of our days continues, waking, dreaming, sleeping, sensing, seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, all in the same awareness. Working, walking, talking, all the work that we do, driving, cooking, working in the office and in the school, everywhere the same awareness illumines, and these are appearances in that awareness. These objects, external and so-called internal, are appearances in awareness. External is only with respect to the body, internal is only with respect to the body, but in awareness they are all appearances. Awareness does not begin with the experiences of life. Awareness does not end with the experiences of life. It is body which has birth and aging and death, all revealed by awareness. But aging and birth and death are not in awareness. It is the mind which has desires and frustrations, and excitement, and restlessness, and peace. These are all mind. Awareness is always at peace, is always the same, is always shining. Beyond the aging of the body, beyond the ups and downs of the mind, is awareness, ever the same. Relaxed, breathing normally. This awareness is not affected by anything. Disease affects the physical body, disease and deformity and age affects the physical body. Awareness illumines it, that's all. Awareness does not become old or deformed or diseased. Unaffected. Awareness is not affected by the frustrations and unhappinesses of the mind, nor the guilt or regret which is in the mind. Awareness just illumines it. Karma, good and bad, can improve or degrade the life of the body-mind, but it does nothing to awareness. Awareness just illumines the play of karma. Ever free of the burden of karma. Never did karma affect awareness. In fact, the appearance of karma depends on this awareness. Far beyond good and bad, far beyond name and form, far beyond pain and pleasure, is this one awareness ever shining. That I am. Desire arises in the mind and is illumined by awareness. Forgetting the world, forgetting the body, forgetting the mind, forgetting itself, awareness by itself What desire does it have? What does it want? Nothing. What is it afraid of? Nothing. What does it regret? Nothing. Taintless like the sky, awareness is. Taintless like the sky, I am. Relaxed, breathing normally, awake. Notice that awareness shining, the world is revealed. It is because of this awareness that the mind shines with awareness, that the senses are lit up. It is because of awareness that I see, I hear, I smell, I taste, I touch, I think, I feel, I understand, I remember, I enjoy and suffer. It is only because of awareness. Awareness is the light that illumines all else. It is by the light of awareness that the world shines. You are the light by which all is illumined. You shining, everything here is lit up. Just like the sun shining, all is lit up. You do not need another light to see the sun, but by the sunlight we see everything. Also notice, when the sunlight reveals the whole world, the light of the sun is not affected by what it reveals. Revealing a rock, sunlight doesn't become hard. Revealing sand, the sunlight doesn't become dusty. Revealing and illumining the vast ocean, the sunlight doesn't become wet. Similarly, I, the awareness, I shine, revealing all the objects of thought, of emotion, of memory, of comprehension, of the five senses, and all action. I reveal all of that, and yet I am distinct from all of them. Nothing in this world, external or internal, can degrade me, and indeed nothing can improve me. Like the sun, I shine, eternally distinct from what I reveal. All else changes as we see from day to day in our lives, but these changes are all revealed by awareness. The self-same awareness, the same in waking, same in dream, same in deep sleep, the same in sorrow and pleasure, the same while sensing, while working, while waking, dreaming and sleeping. It is the same in life and in death. Like the immovable mountain, I am this light of awareness. The universe flows in and around me. I am ever immovable. I shine. This awareness is limitless. Indeed, the world appears in awareness. Where is the limit of the awareness? A place has its limit. The city has its limit. Even the vast ocean has its limit. So do planets and solar systems and stars have their limits. But all of them appear and disappear in awareness. Where does awareness end? If you can conceive of an end of awareness, then you are aware of something beyond the end of awareness. Indeed, that becomes within awareness. All space appears in awareness, so awareness is all pervasive. All time appears in awareness, therefore awareness is eternal, not limited by space, not limited by time. All objects appear in awareness, therefore objects are not external to awareness, not limited by object. This awareness not limited by space, time, object, this limitless awareness, this boundless awareness, like the ocean, boundless I am. Indeed, all the universe, all the worlds and lives that I experience, that awareness experiences, arises in awareness like the ocean yonder, like waves appearing in the ocean and subsiding in the ocean. So do feelings and thoughts and perceptions appear and subside in awareness. And all people, objects, places, conceptions, they appear and disappear in awareness like waves in yonder ocean, like the boundless ocean I am. Relaxed, breathing normally. Listen to the sounds. In this hall and outside this hall, within the temple and outside. Far off sounds. Listen. Relaxed, breathing normally. Now we shall chant Om 3 times, after which we will open our eyes slowly as we are comfortable, but first we shall chant Om 3 times together. Before we open our eyes, listen to this. As in awareness, sensations of the body, sensations, sounds are arising and playing around. And that will continue. When we open our eyes, just one more thing will be added. Forms. We will see color and shape. And we will feel the sensations of the body. Add to that smell, add to that touch. All the 5 senses operating, bringing in objects to awareness. No difference from now. And then we will act, we will talk, we will walk, we will drive. No difference from now. It is just awareness shining and revealing the display of this world within itself. There is no difference between practice and life. This which we are experiencing will continue when we open our eyes. Gently look down at your lap, don't look up immediately. When you are comfortable, you can slowly open your eyes, looking down at our own hands. Notice the sudden display of color and shape is an appearance in awareness. I am the awareness. And as we look up and we see this gorgeous temple, color and shape and space, all appearing in me, the awareness, nothing has changed. And as thoughts kick in, they're also like those sounds which appear in awareness. Memories, thoughts, indeed even desires, indeed even likes and dislikes. They're just like those sounds, appearing, playing around and fading away. I'm the same awareness. Like the vast sky, this awareness is not tainted by what it appears. In the sky you will see fog rolling in, dense fog. You will see smoke from wildfires rolling in. Yes, it pollutes the atmosphere, but notice it does not pollute the sky. Space is not polluted. There are thunderstorms, and there are dark clouds, and there are white fluffy clouds, and there are no clouds. It's bright and blue. And in the evening there's the gorgeous sunset colors. And at night it's dark, pinpoint pricks of light of stars. Yesterday, the gorgeous moon, full moon. The sky is ever the same, taintless sky. Taintless, like the taintless sky I am, this awareness. In experience, right now in experience, it's always a fact. We have a choice whether we will notice it or not. We have a choice whether we will identify with the awareness or with what appears in awareness, what appears to awareness, in awareness, and indeed, dare I say, indistinguishable from awareness. Notice, the awareness reveals all of what is going on right now, and all of what has gone on in our lives, and all of what will go on in our lives in the future. That awareness. But it is always distinct from what it reveals. Like the sunlight there. Look at the gorgeous panorama it reveals. But it's distinct from what it reveals. The light falls on everything and is reflected and reveals, illumines everything. But the light is not affected by what it reveals. Similarly, we are that light, like the sun, ever distinct from what we reveal. Adityavad bhasya vilakshano aham. Our nature as awareness is ever the same. In babyhood, imagine, the body was so extraordinarily different. The mind was an alien mind. Just imagine your mind and a baby's mind. And yet we had that mind. It's just like having the mind of an alien from some other planet. And we had that mind. But the awareness was the same. To that awareness you appeared with the baby body and the baby mind. And the child's body and mind. And the teenage body and mind. And the middle-aged person. And the elder person. Awareness is the same. Aharyavat nitya vinishchaloham. Like the impressive, gorgeous mountain, this powerful mountain, I am ever steady and immovable. Immovable. Immovable in the sense, awareness does not shift. The world shifts in and around it. I am that. We have a choice. Will I identify, will I ever present, ever available, ever offering itself? Will I identify myself? Will I see that I am awareness? Or will I identify with what appears to awareness? The ever-changing body, the ever-changing mind, the ever-changing personality. All of those will remain. None of them will disappear if you decide, no, I am awareness. They will remain, but you will be safe. And for the first time, life will be fun. Like the boundless ocean I am. Ambhodevat para vivarjito aham. Without limit I am. Space is not a limit to awareness. I mean, just look at it phenomenologically, as experience. What is the spatial limit of awareness? You say, up to this, Swami. Oh, and there is something that you do not see after that? Yes. So that's also, you are aware of that as the unseen. There is something that we know, a tiny slice of reality. And there is a vast unknown. How can you say all that is in awareness, Swami? It's there in awareness as the unknown. Understand the question and then the solution. That's very interesting. When you speak like this, everything is in consciousness, everything is in awareness, immediately the question should come, no, it is not. You're overstating the case. There's very little in our consciousness or awareness. See, for example, right now we know this much. I mean, I can see you. I can't see what's there. When I look around, okay, now I see, but I can't see you now. So there's very little that is in our visual field. And also the extremely tiny is not in our visual field. That which is obstructed by the walls of the temple, not in our visual field. That which is immeasurably distant, like distant stars and quasars, though they are vast, they're not in our visual field. So how can you say it's all in awareness? Make a distinction between knowledge and awareness. Let me give you the example. Our dreams. In our dreams, what does it feel like? It just feels like a waking world. Here are people, here are places, things are happening, here I am. And we also have the sense of a vast unknown world surrounding us. We don't feel there's nothing out there. It's just the person in front of me in vacuum. We're standing and talking in vacuum. No, it feels like we are on the earth, and there are other people. There's a distant world and cities, things happening. It feels like that. So there is an unknown part of the dream and an unknown part of the dream. Are we together? And when we wake up, what do we say? Whatever there was in the dream was in my mind, because I projected all that. I projected all that. Now, if you get it, it's startling. I remember this, Harvard University, discussing this with a professor of philosophy. And he was saying that there's this problem with idealism when we say everything is in the mind. Well, it's not. There's a huge world out there which is outside my mind. So that seems to be a complete, killer to any kind of subjective idealism. Then I gave the dream example. Advaita Vedanta gives the dream example. Do not conflate being in consciousness with being in knowledge. Consciousness awareness uses a variety, a spectrum of instruments of knowledge, epistemic instruments, eyes and ears and tongue, and scientific processes of instrumentation and gathering data and scientific inference. Multiplicity of ways consciousness uses them to gather knowledge. But whether consciousness or awareness knows or does not know, whatever it knows and whatever it does not know is within awareness, as the known or the unknown. I have often given this example at the expense of our senior most member in New York, Bill Conrad. He's 100 years old, 2 weeks ago. We had his birthday. And he's a thoroughgoing, he is a physicalist, let's say. And so he says, no, Swami, it's not true. The world is not in your awareness. There is the world, and then awareness comes into it. And I can prove it to you. Here we are going to put up a camera and take pictures of this room. Both of us are going to leave this room, and then we'll come back and we will look at the pictures in the camera, and we will see an empty room which existed without any conscious, aware beings. Just an empty room. Similarly, the world exists by itself. Doesn't matter if you're aware or not aware or whatever it is. So then I said, Bill, in your awareness, you suggested this experiment. In your awareness, you put up this camera. In your awareness, both of us left the room. In your awareness, we came back into the room. In your awareness, you looked at the pictures in the camera. In your awareness, we saw the pictures of an empty room. Where did you step out of awareness? There's really no answer to this. And physicists, especially philosophers, have known about this problem for a long, long time. There's no other way. It's sort of, in one sense, it's what philosophers might call a triviality or a truism. Because all knowledge ultimately depends on consciousness, or everything depends on knowledge first. Then only you can make claims. Then how do you jump out of knowledge to say what is outside knowledge? You can't. Outside consciousness, outside awareness. So there is no limit. Space is not a limit to awareness because space appears in awareness, like a dream. Time is not a limit to awareness because time appears in your awareness, like a dream. And people and objects are not outside awareness. Limit means something other than, where awareness stops and something else begins. It seems like that. Your awareness stops here and this table begins. But no, the table appears in your awareness like a dream, like imagination. So, the world is experienced in awareness. It appears to awareness, in awareness, and the claim in Advaita is it's not distinguishable from awareness, though it appears different. Just like things in the dream appear different from us. But they are nothing other than you, the dreamer. Space, time, and object do not constitute limits to awareness, like the vast ocean I am, limitless. Ambhodevat, vast ocean, right now, here we've got it here. Ambhodevat para vivarjito aham. I am devoid of any limitations. I am limitless awareness. Death comes for the body, not for awareness. Unhappiness and unconsciousness comes for the mind, not for awareness. Sorrow comes for the mind, not for awareness. The very limitlessness of awareness is bliss, is happiness. The Upanishad says, Yo vai bhuma tat sukham nalpe sukham asti. A powerful statement which says, it's only in the vast that there is final contentment or fulfillment. Never in the limited. Notice, as human beings, we do not accept any limit whatsoever. The richest person is not satisfied with $100 billion. The most learned person will still buy more books on Amazon Prime. We are not satisfied, neither with power or wealth or learning or art. No, we want more and more and more. Why? Because our nature is limitless. Nothing that's limited will satisfy us. But the universe, the world of appearance, is bound to be limited. You cannot manifest infinity in appearance. And that's what we are trying to do. That's the nature of life. We're trying to grasp our real nature, the infinity, in this finite universe. Can't do it. We'll never be able to do it. And that's the cause of our sorrow, of our striving and our sorrow. When we realize that we are the infinite, then we really begin to enjoy and live this life. The real fun is not only in this awareness, which you are, limitless awareness. The real fun is bringing back this limitless awareness into this life and living as the limitless awareness in and through this person. Then it becomes fun. Then it becomes real fun, really fun. You know, Vivekananda was asked by Ingersoll when he came to the West here in America in the late 19th century. Robert Ingersoll was a famous agnostic. He would go around, public speaker, and go around giving talks and stuff. And he said, I don't believe in the spiritual stuff. I believe in squeezing the orange of life dry and getting every drop from it. And Vivekananda said, I believe that too. Except that in my choice of fruit, it's different. I want a mango, not an orange. But he said, I believe that too. And then he goes on to say, I'm paraphrasing, very powerful language. He says to Ingersoll, that imagine if you did not have to die, you would not be in a hurry. You could take your time. Imagine if the universe were one with you. Imagine the enjoyment of being so vast that the world is one with you. Literally, you know it. And yet you can enter that universe as one part of it and then play. Then the whole of this life becomes play. There's a beautiful Sanskrit word for it, Leela. Right now we can't claim that it's Leela. It's real life. It's not play. But then it becomes play. And then Vivekananda goes on to say, live your life in this way and get 10,000-fold more. Get every last drop. These are exact quote from his words. How to live and how to die. There was this European nobleman, Swami Nikhilananda writes. He was head of the Ramakrishna Vivekananda Center in New York. So he writes, in the 1930s or 40s, when he went back to India on a ship in those days, he met this European nobleman, some duke or something, and who, when he realized he's a monk of this order, he said, I met your founder, Vivekananda. So Nikhilananda naturally was very interested. What happened? What happened then? And this gentleman said, I asked him, what can you teach me? And he said to me, I can teach you how to die. I wish, he said, I had followed up. Can you teach me now that I'm old at this point? Can you teach me? And Nikhilananda said, sorry, you missed the bus. I mean, words to that effect. I can teach you. I mean, he was a great Swami, great master. But he says, it's not Vivekananda. You should have learned from him. He would have taught you means not just words. He would have given you that. So, how to live? Get 10,000-fold more. And when death comes, it's fine. I don't die. You can clearly see, I don't die. From the perspective of awareness, I'm translating something from a monk, which a monk said in Hindi. I'll tell you in Hindi and then translate. Kahin koi, I say, Mahatma ji, kahin koi mrityu nahi, kahin koi jadata nahi, kahin koi dukh nahi. Oh monk, see, from that perspective, there is no death anywhere. Jadata means insentient. ignorance, insentient. There's no ignorance, insentiency anywhere. You'd say, wow, what do you mean? There's rocks and tables and people who don't have a degree, they are dumb. It's one light blazing forth always. What we call ignorance and knowledge is just surface froth. On the ocean, it's the same water. The same light shining forth always. And there is no sorrow. Once you realize this limitlessness of awareness, there is no sorrow anywhere. Akashavad lepa vidura goham. I am taintless like the sky, forever free from the taint of karma. Adityavad bhasya vilakshano aham. I am blazing forth like the sun, the light of the world, yet ever distinct from what I illumine. Ahadyavat nitya vinishchalo aham. Like the immovable mountain I am, ever the same awareness. Ambhodevat para vivarjito aham. Like that yonder vast, limitless ocean, I am limitless, I am infinite. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Parnamastu. Thank you so much. Thank you. That was wonderful, if I may say so. Yes. But there is, those who are interested, we will have a Q&A a little later. First, Jayanti, you're on. Yes.
Feel the love within you growing. Feel the light within you
Thank you, Jayanti. We'll let people leave, those who have to leave, and I'll be back in 5 minutes, and we have a full more than 30 minutes for Q&A. So think about questions to ask or observations which you have. You know, the way of, there's an old Indian metaphor, driving in the wooden staff or the pole. When you want to drive in a pillar into the ground or like a pole you want to drive in, what you do is you drive it into the ground, then you shake it as if loosening it, bringing it out, and then drive it in deeper. And that's what's happening when you question and criticize and, you know, bang your head. Go ahead, bang your head against this wall of consciousness. The more we do it, the more intensely we oppose it, and we say, no, this is not right, this can't be true. And somebody said, why we don't get enlightened? Because this truth is, it's too simple to be true. 1. It's too good to be true. 2. And 3, it's too obvious to be true. Yes, it is true. It is simple, it is really, really good, and it's obvious also. We'll talk about it. 5 minutes. All right, we can have some questions. The way this works is you raise your hand and do it aggressively. So you need to catch the attention of the volunteers. They'll be here with the microphone. Is somebody here with the microphone? Oh, they're coming. Wait, just a minute. Is somebody? Yeah. So raise your hands. The gentleman here. Gentleman here first. Raise your hand, raise your hand. See, you didn't catch your attention. All right. After the talk, okay.
Guru Purnima Namaskar, Swamiji. Thanks for your blessings. Still continue to come to your classes. The question is, by grace, if somebody begins to be on that track and starting to listen and get it, how should they really act on their daily decisions? I know you gave a couple of examples of Ramakrishna still liking the sweets that he liked, versus also not kind of, you act without the results. So how do you really execute that is the question on a day-to-day basis, especially for a family person.
Yes. It's an important question, but it's not a question we should be interested in right now. Our tendency, especially in this country, in the United States, Americans are very practical people. So immediately we want to take it out for a spin. I always say it's like your rich uncle or somebody has left you a Ferrari and you don't even have a driving license. And you say, wow, this is great, I'm going to go and drive on the 101. And you're going to crash. First, you have to learn driving in the parking lot and then get your driving license. Then go out for little short trips and try it out. So, in Advaita Vedanta, this is the peak of the mountain. This is final. There's nothing beyond this. So be careful of how you use it. Don't try to use it right now. The answer is, what do you do with this? Keep listening. Keep listening. Keep studying, trying to get it. Try to meditate. Even meditation will not be possible. This is non-dual meditation. It's trying. We're trying to grasp it. So listen, reason, meditate, or try to do that. Continue the other spiritual practices, regular japa, worship, karma yoga. Try to offer all work, whether done in the temple or outside the temple, in the family, in the job, to the Lord, to God. And in all matters, pray and ask for the grace of God. And then you will see a time will come when we'll naturally be able to live a part of this. Without grasping properly, even intellectually grasping it properly. If you try to apply it, you get hammer blows from the world. One can become a kind of a deluded person. You will keep getting a reality check. I think this feels good. The moment I try it out in the world, 1,000 kicks and blows. Those which are kicks and blows, they're not obstructions, really. In one sense, they're obstructions. The way people behave with me, say poor health, my sharp likes and dislikes in the world not going the way I want it to go, people not behaving the way I want them to behave. All of these will become, it makes you fail to be boundless and immovable and taintless and shining, unaffected. No, it will not. It will seem as if it's not working. Whereas, when we are strongly grounded in this knowledge, then what will happen is the same obstructions will remain, but they will just further and further help us to become developed, strengthen us. Then one is what is called Jivan Mukta, free while living. Same life, you're manifesting the divinity. Another way of putting it is, Swami Vivekananda said, manifesting the divinity within us. So not just knowing the divinity within us, not just meditating upon it, not just listening to talks about the divinity within us, but also manifesting it means in speech, in our actions, in our thinking. Living it, basically. Vivekananda's, the wording is very, very instructive. Swami Vivekananda said, my mission in life can be put in a few words. It is to teach unto humanity their inner divinity and how to manifest it in every movement of life. That second part of it is extraordinary, how to manifest in every movement of life. What I said earlier, that the fun really begins when you think that you feel that you are this limitless awareness. I am this limitless awareness. But then try to live your life accordingly, then the fun really begins. Initially it might seem impossible, and later on it's the greatest joy possible. It helps you in everything in life. Also, thanks for reminding us, this is Guru Purnima. It's a very sacred and especially for us in Vedanta. Vedanta is a system of knowledge, spiritual knowledge. So in knowledge, the teacher is important. So this is the day we respect our teachers, we revere our teachers, and we revere teachers as manifestations of the divine. This is divine grace which is coming to us in the form of this liberating knowledge. Yesterday in the talk I mentioned, there is a verse composed by Sureshwaracharya, the disciple of Shankaracharya, more than 1200 years ago, which is now used for all Vedanta classes in the mountains, in Himalayas, or among Pandits also. When they study Vedanta in a classical way in the Sanskrit, so they start with a number of invocatory verses, saluting the lineage of gurus, and then this verse will come. What is that verse? It's very peculiarly apt today in Guru Purnima. Ishvaro gururatmeti murti bheda vibhagine vyomavad vyapta dehaya dakshinamurtaye namaha. I salute the south-facing Shiva, who appears as God, the God of this universe, as Shiva, who appears as the Guru, my Guru, and who appears as the self, the spiritual seeker, I, me, myself. But what is it in reality? It is the vast sky-like consciousness. Again, we are back to the sky. Vyomavad vyapta dehaya, whose body is this vast, limitless, sky-like consciousness. That south-facing Shiva I salute. I am that. The Guru is that. And God is that. Or that is God also. What does the Guru teach? In the same hymn, Shankaracharya says, the Guru is young, the disciples are old. I think he's just literally expressing his own experience. He was 16 years old. Except one boy, the rest of them were all older than him. And the teaching is in silence. And the doubts of the disciples are dispelled. So he's sitting in silence, and the teaching is in silence. So that is the highest teaching of the Upanishads. The Upanishads, Vedanta can be put, it's such a vast literature. Today we saw one verse from one work, Vivekachudamani. That's what we did today for an hour. It's a vast, vast literature. All the Upanishads, the commentaries on the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, the commentaries on the Bhagavad Gita, there's texts like Brahma Sutra, plus a mass of other texts. All of them can be condensed. This is the elegance of Advaita Vedanta. It can be condensed in one sentence. Tattvamasi, you are that. Or equivalently, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. Or equivalently, I am Atma Brahma. This very self is Brahman. Is the vast, is the infinite. Or equivalently, Prajnanam Brahma. Consciousness is Brahman, the ultimate reality. It can be further or can be restated in another way. Shankaracharya's famous statement, Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya Jiva Brahmaiva Napara. Brahman is the only reality. The world is an appearance. and the sentient being, you and I and all of us, we are none other than Brahman. It can be further compressed into one syllable, Om. All of the teaching is in Om. If you want to expand it and understand how it is in Om, Mandukya Upanishad and Karika. It can be further compressed to silence. So, the teaching is in silence. The doubts of the disciples are dispelled. One more point and I'll move on to the next question. The teaching is given like this. I wanted to say this yesterday. Good takeaway is this. This is called Chin Mudra. You can try it. Chin Mudra. Chit means consciousness. Mudra means the hand gestures which are used in ritualistic worship. There are all sorts of gestures. There's one like this. Special meaning. These are gestures of power, ritualistic power. But this is a superb meaning. This expresses all of Vedanta. So, this little finger represents the physical body. The next finger represents the mind, thoughts, feelings, emotions. This finger represents the causal body, what we experience in deep sleep, the seed state. And usually, this one represents the ego, I. And usually, I am like this. I am identified with physical body, mental body, and causal body. Causal body, of course, we don't normally think about it. Normally, we feel that I am this body-mind. But when we say I am a person, what's a person? Body with a mind. And there's a seed state also. In fact, far more complex and vast than the physical body is the mental body, the world of the mind. And far deeper and profound than that is the causal world, the world of Maya, from which all of this has come. All three I'm identified with. I am this. This is our normal state. This is the sentient being. This is us in samsara. Now what Vedanta teaches us is, you are not the body. You are not even the mind. You are not even the causal body. Not the physical body, not the subtle body, not the causal body. Then what am I? You are consciousness. Your consciousness. Aham Brahmasmi. And of course, later we will see, as we saw today, the physical body, subtle body, causal body, and indeed the entire world is nothing other than appearances in consciousness. But first of all, I am consciousness. And then the rest of it will come. Non-duality will come. This is still not non-duality, but expresses the actual movement, the shift, paradigm shift from here to here. That's the teaching given by the Guru. Just this. I was reading, an anthropologist says that this is just at the root of human civilization. We are the only animal, primate, which has this opposable thumb, which can do this. And this enables us to manipulate, use instruments, use technology, use tools and weapons and all of that. And that leads to this vast gulf of difference between us and the other animals. Although later I read some of the other primates also can do this, but not too well. And they're not good at it. But we are very good at this. But it not only leads to human civilization, our secular civilization. All of this is this. It also leads, the secret is, it leads to enlightenment and freedom. That I am this. All right. You're raising a hand vigorously, so we should come here first. And then, who is on that other side who raised their hand? Yeah, I will come there.
Thank you, Maharaj. The techniques of knowing that you are consciousness beyond the 5 sheets of body is quite experiential.
Yes.
But the second step, that this consciousness is the same in you, in him, in her, that is not experiential to me. So what am I kind of lacking?
Yes. So the idea that I am not the body in the mind, I am awareness, this seems experiential. Experiential means it's within our experience. But it does not seem that I am the same consciousness, and 2 problems. It does not seem that I am the same consciousness in all bodies and minds. This is one. The second one I'll come to later. Was for this problem. It doesn't seem experiential. You can give reasons for it, but it doesn't seem experiential. It's not that I'm feeling it right now. True, but also not true. You know why this question comes? Because when we make a very clear distinction between mind and consciousness, then it will be answered by itself. Right now, it's still the mind. Why we feel like that? I think I'm awareness, but I'm awareness in this body and mind because I'm experiencing everything in this body and mind. I'm not experiencing through all bodies and minds. I don't have that perspective. I'm only through this perspective. This is already an embodied perspective. This is already this. If we were to step out of this and only into this, we would not say I am experiencing through one particular body and mind. The experiencing through one particular body and mind is already mind. Where does experience take place? Where does it take place? Where does knowledge take place? Where is memory? Where is personality? Where is the one saying that I am seeing through these eyes? I know the contents of this mind. Why don't I know the contents of that mind? Who's saying this? Mind, not consciousness. It is consciousness shining through the mind. Of course, conditioned by this mind. So already we are here. If we step back from this, then we would not say that I'm only in this one. I would understand, this principle, in and through this, I illumine and I become this person. The same principle, in and through that, I will become that person. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Avibhaktam cha bhuteshu, vibhaktam iva cha sthitam. Undivided in all beings, I am as if divided. What is that undivided? Pure consciousness. What is that as if divided? Us. Yeah. Think about it in terms of dream also. In dream, I feel I am this guy and there are all these other people. I am not them. I am not experiencing life through them. Somebody tells you, no, it's all in your mind. You are dreaming. But it doesn't feel like that. I don't feel I am in all of them. But when I wake up, who will be right? Although I didn't feel that, I was all of them. And the reason I didn't feel that was all my feeling was done through this. Causal body, subtle body, and in the senses, and the physical body, and the organs of action. This lived experience is coloring me, the background consciousness. If I remain just as awareness, I will not even think that I am this person. The moment I kick in, the mind kicks in and senses kick in, I am this person. Then I don't feel I am those persons. Is it possible to feel that I am all these persons? Yes. Generally not for us, but for God. So God is that one consciousness identified with all bodies and minds and feels I am in all and I am one with all. They are all me. Not just us. Billions and billions of human beings and billions and trillions of other living beings. All of that constitutes God, the body of God, but one consciousness. Right now we are seeing it separately, scattered across the world and space and time. But imagine it all put together. That's what Arjuna sees in the Bhagavad Gita, 11th chapter. When he says, I understand you are God, you are one consciousness in all beings, they are all one in you, but I would like to see. I'd like to see. He didn't know what he was asking for. And he saw. Krishna says, yes, all right, you can see. Take a look. What did he see? The 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, it's the Vishwarupa darshan, the vision of the cosmic form. What did he see? What he saw there, it's like this. All of it all together at once. One of the commentators says, we are also seeing the same thing, but we see it in tiny slices of space and time. This much, these people now, then that in the freeway, then something else later, something in my past. But suppose all of it together. And Arjuna was scared. Why is it scary? I have a theory. Why is it so terrifying? I mean, it's quite obvious, but still, it's like this. Public speakers, it's scary. Speaking in public. People have this platform fear. When you speak in public with a lot of people. The one anthropologist says, why do people have fear of public speaking? He says the reason is, in the animal world, continuous eye contact is actually a sign of aggression. So two dogs, if they stare at each other for a while, they'll growl and then they'll start fighting, or one will run away. Fight or flight, that's the reaction to continuous staring. Now here you are in front of 100 people, and they're all staring at you. They're not going to attack you, but they just want to listen to you. But your animal brain doesn't know that. It reacts with fight or flight. But then you cannot fly or fight. You can't fight with the audience. You can't run away from the audience. You're here to give a talk. So the reaction is stress and terror. So that's a good analysis. But that's just 100 people. The biggest audience I've faced is 14,000. in India in a huge gathering in a field. And a tougher audience than that I faced is a conference of monks. I was a young monk, all my senior monks, about 300, 400 monks, all staring, looking disapprovingly at this young feller. So that's a really tough audience. But now imagine if all the people in the world, all 8 billion plus, all of them together, not 100, not a 14,000 audience, 8 billion plus all the animals and birds and elephants and tigers and sharks and squirrels and whatever it is, all these beings and all the gods with small g in heaven and all the demons in hell, all of them came together in one cosmic being, and it turned and looked at you. What would your reaction be? Arjuna says, every hair on my body is standing on its end. The earth, as it feels, is trembling with every step of this awesome form, this cosmic form. He says, as if 1,000 suns have risen together in the sky. So this is God. And there is such a being. But that's the God of religion. All right. Somebody from this side? Are there any? Yes. Then we'll go to the other side.
What does our personal willful intention have to effect on the causal body?
Personal willful intention have its effect on the causal body?
Yeah.
What effect does it have?
Yeah, I mean, if we're following these other disciplines that you talked about.
Yes. Let me give an answer from the yogic perspective. Because personal will and effect on the causal body, these are all yoga has expertise in this. Advaita Vedanta answer would be quite different. You say it doesn't matter. You are that limitless awareness. What does it matter if one character in the movie which is playing out in you exercises its will to do this or that? It's the same thing to you. You are the reality behind everything. So that's the view from the top. That's the view from enlightenment. But now, it's a more practical question in spiritual life. What does our will exercised in pursuit of my spiritual life, what effect does it have on my causal body? Not directly, it cannot. Because the will is also conditioned by the causal body. Now I'm going to answer this from the Yoga Sutras. There is a comment which is brought up by one of the commentaries in the Yoga Sutra. It goes like this. Evam vritti samskara chakram avartamanam aharnisham. In this way, the wheel of vrittis and samskaras, conditionings and movements of the mind, this wheel rotates day and night. What does it mean? So our thoughts, we are aware of our thoughts, including our will and exercise of will and the feeling that I have free will. But I don't know where these thoughts are bubbling up from. See, I decide right now I am going to raise my right hand. I raised my right hand. It seems like an exercise of will, and it is. And yet the decision that I will raise it and not my left hand, it came up from somewhere which was not directly under my control. The thought, our thoughts, desires, reactions, they bubble up from somewhere without our control. Now, where are they bubbling up from? We have a storehouse of tendencies, a storehouse of samskaras, which goes to define this personality. This storehouse of samskaras, our conditionings, this is called samskaras, vasanas. And it's literally like a storehouse. There is something called a chitta, a storehouse of past memories and conditionings. And we believe it goes lifetimes back to even animal lifetimes and so on. So it's all there. Some of it very deep, some of it on the surface, but it's all there. And that's where things bubble up from. Now, the yogic practice of meditation, it says that you can't do anything about it because it's not, you don't even see it. But what you can do is, when it bubbles up, a thought, a reaction, a feeling, a memory, when it bubbles up into the conscious level, when you're aware of it, at that moment, before it becomes very strong and spreads over the surface of the mind and takes control of you, at that moment you can do something about it. We can replace it with what is called more skillful, more positive thoughts, which are, what are positive, what are skillful, how do you measure that? Or how do you define it? Whatever takes you to your goal. The impulses bubbling up from me. So I have to do an assignment for a school. And the impulses bubbling up from me is go and watch a movie with friends. Now, is it skillful? Is it positive? Is it helpful? No. Now what do? It has come up. Where it came up from, I have no control over that. It has come up now. Now I can replace it. Before it becomes too strong and I can't resist it anymore, before it becomes too strong, I replace it with the thought that I'll do that later. Let me do this now. And then I engage myself. So there is an exercise of will there. And according to this theory, the window for exercise of will is very slim actually. Before that, we don't know what's going to come up. Afterwards, if you nurture it consciously in the mind, that emotion, that sentiment, that reaction, it will become so strong, it will become very difficult to resist. You may change it with your willpower, but then your will be exhausted. Modern positive psychology has shown, if you continuously exercise for a while your willpower to keep stopping your inner urges, you feel exhausted after some time. And then you suddenly give in, just your walls collapse after some time. So there is that slim window of opportunity. Now if you replace it, what will happen? Your original question was, how does this affect my storehouse, my subconscious, the causal body, where all these seeds lie? Here is the beautiful answer from that Yoga Sutra. It says, when you deliberately, consciously use that window of opportunity and skillfully keep on replacing which needs to be replaced. If it's a positive emotion, a positive effect, a positive intention, good, go ahead and do it. But if it's negative, if it's not helpful or indifferent, you replace it and then follow through on that. Now what will happen is, whatever is kept on the surface of the mind consciously for a while, it will again descend back into the depths and become seed-like. And if we repeat it consistently for a long enough time, then the seeds in the bottom of the well, in the causal body, they'll begin to change. And over time, we will find that more and more positive thoughts, positive emotions, positive intentions are bubbling up. Now we can help this process by our own will and practice, but environments like this, positive reading, company of spiritual people, there are many things which can help us, make it much easier for us. So all of this is to explain the beautiful statement, the wheel rotates day and night. So, O ye that have eyes to see the rotation of the wheel. It comes up from where we do not know, the causal body. But it plays on the surface of our mind and possesses our lives, with the power of a ghost being possessed, and drives us to this and that. That's our default mode. Don't operate on the default mode. There's that little gap. I remember when the computers first came in, the youngsters now won't know, there used to be a way of stopping the boot sequence. And you press Control Alt Delete or something like that. I've done it many times. The computer's not working well. The way it boots one after another, it will come. But if you can grab that, it's an instant, like a second. If you do it at that point, the computer will stop and say, yes, what do you want me to do? You want me to do something different? And then you can enter there and make it do something different, only for that time. So I asked, we are having a global tech outage now. I asked an IT expert that, wow, if the computers have crashed, how are you going to repair them? Millions of computers across the world. He said, no, Swami, we have backdoors into all you won't believe, into all your computers. So we can repair, we will repair them all. Yes. There's the Zen story of the young Zen student who goes to the master to learn to meditate and says, I'm being overwhelmed by negative memories and thoughts and emotions. And the master said, all right, do this. Watch those, don't fight against them. Watch those negative thoughts, memories. And you have these pebbles, smooth pebbles, white pebbles and black pebbles. Now, every time a negative thought comes up, just watch it. Take a black pebble and put it in this bowl. If a positive thought comes up, take a white pebble and put it in this bowl. And do this 1 or 2 hours a day. So he's doing it initially, the bowl was mostly black pebbles and a few white pebbles. Over time, the white pebbles began to increase, the dark ones decreased. And over few years, maybe it was mostly the clear pebbles and the dark pebbles were much less. So that's what happens when the seed body, the causal body, it gets reprogrammed, or at least to some extent it's purified. Sri Ramakrishna says, I'll end with this example. Sri Ramakrishna says he lived on the bank of the river Ganga, and he would see these little boats, and the boatmen would use these bamboo oars. They do it even now. And they work really hard to push the boat into the midstream, where it catches the current. Until that time, he's rowing. This guy is rowing very hard, pushing against the bottom of the river in the shallows. But once it's in the midstream and in the current, Sri Ramakrishna says, this man can sit down, he may even raise a sail and catch the wind, and he sits down and he has a hubble bubble to smoke tobacco, and he just holds the rudder. That's what happens in spiritual life. He says you work hard initially for a few years, and then it actually becomes much easier. Yes. One of the ladies, yes, the young lady there. And then you next, you next.
Pranams Maharaj, wishing you all happy Guru Purnima, and you too. We've come all the way from SF to watch, to listen to your talk. My question is about self-inquiry. I've been practicing self-inquiry for the last few months after watching your talk. And when I start, I'm able to discriminate the 5 sheets, right, from Annamaya Kosha to the Anandamaya Kosha, at which point I try to make that turn inward. How do I discriminate between the reflected consciousness and the consciousness?
2 points here. First, remember the 10th man story. And so don't treat yourself, the real consciousness, the awareness itself, as an object. Don't treat it like those 9 people. When you say, careful when you ask the question, how do I discriminate, discern the real consciousness and the reflected consciousness? Don't treat them at par. They are not 2 things and you are a third one trying to discern the 2. You cannot. You'll never be able to do that. Rather do it this way. Use the example of the face and the mirror. So here there is a mirror, and there is a reflected face, and there is your real face. Now, the mirror is the mind. The reflected face is reflected consciousness, and you are awareness itself. The mind and reflected consciousness are continuously available to everybody. Look inside. You will find thoughts, emotions, sensations, ideas, memories, sometimes blankness, but all of it seems conscious. All of it seems aware. Now that awareness is not pure consciousness, it's not the Atman. This awareness which you are, now notice you are aware of that. Use the imagery of the face in the mirror, now turn inwards from like this. From the face in the mirror, point inwards this way. You will never see this face in itself, but you are it. Similarly, from the awareness in the mind, in any thought, in any emotion, forget the content of the thought or emotion. Just that there is awareness. From that awareness, turn inward to something which you will never see, of which this is an appearance. It's like that. And then don't try to grasp yourself as awareness. You can never do that. You'll always, either you will feel it's not there, that is void, nihilism, shunyam. Not in the shunyavada sense, but that there is no Atman, no consciousness. Either that will happen, or you will grasp some subtle movement of the mind as, I got it, this is Atman. No, it is not. If you've got it, it's not. So I'll always seek and never get. No, you will at one point you will get and stop seeking simultaneously. And it will be done. And done forever. You cannot avoid it anymore. It's the door you have walked through, you will never walk out of it again. So I always say, don't be in a hurry to become enlightened. Enjoy the journey. Because once it's done, for all and all time to come. So, you are it, don't worry. You're not losing anything at all by the journey. You are it. So that's the one thing. Don't treat yourself as one of those 9. Don't treat yourself as an object. The second point is, which will help you to realize that I am this awareness, is that there is no connection between the real face and the reflected face. It's just the nature of the mirror to reflect your face. Actually, this real face has no physical link with it. Use that analogy. It's an analogy. Use that analogy to see that what is appearing as conscious experience, I I am the reason why it is appearing like this. But I have nothing at all to do with it. So I really don't have anything at all to do with the movements of this mind and the consequent actions of this body or this world. But they have, it's not that they are two separate things. They are entirely dependent upon me. I am entirely free of them. It's very one-sided. Now we think it's one-sided in favor of the world or the universe. I am so dependent on the world for a breath of air, for my food and drink, for my emotional support and company, for my education, everything. I'm dependent on the world for everything. And that's true. As a body-mind, we are integrated into the world. It's all interdependent together. But as the nature of things, you are the reality upon which the entire world is dependent. You are not at all dependent. The reality is not dependent on the appearance. The appearance is entirely dependent on the reality. Okay, leave it there. In all these efforts, give a lot of effort in knowing what you are not. After knowing all the Vedantic theories, I am Chidananda, Rupa, Shivam, fine. It's all in the back of your mind. But the actual effort is clarity that I am not it. I am not it. Would you like to do a little exercise? Yeah. Yes. Try it. Okay, so it's like this. Now you're looking. You relax and you just keep your eyes open. You're seeing. Do general seeing instead of trying to see anybody or anything in particular. Just open your eyes and see. Just seeing. Not anything in particular, anybody in particular, just general seeing. And now, bring one hand in front of you, like this. Now focus on the hand as if it were the face, a known face, a familiar face, somebody you like. A friend. Somebody you like, a friend. Imagine instead of that hand, that friend's face is there. How would you look at the friend? Your normal reaction of recognition and happiness, and you look at that person. Visualize a face there. Now gently drop the hand and keep looking at the space, not at something beyond, just the space where the hand was. Just keep looking at this face and keep that emotional effect, that as if you are looking at the face of somebody you like. Look at the space like that. You're no longer looking at any particular object. You're just looking at empty space. Objectless, empty space with awareness. If it happens, your eyes focus on something in the background, then bring the hand back, look at the hand and drop it and just keep looking at the space which the hand occupied. From the empty space, become aware of the awareness which is looking at the empty space. Just this awareness. Yes, it is mind and reflected consciousness and pure consciousness in a bundle. Whatever is available to you. And from that awareness, close your eyes, drop all seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, bodily sensation, drop all thinking, all memory, drop the ego, like deep sleep, completely gone, everything is gone. And that blankness, like that empty space, you're looking at that blankness. Now drop that blankness. When you're comfortable, you can gently open the eyes. I'll tell you what we just did. We are so mixed up with subject-object and becoming very focused on the world. So from the world, focused on the world, to generally unfocus. You're aware of the world. I am here, I'm aware of the world. Unfocused seeing. From unfocused seeing, now we want to go to objectless seeing. So get an object, become aware of it, have some effect, so that when the human face is there, you will feel more attention, more interest. That's why you imagine a face there. Then drop the hand, and just see the space, not the background, just the space in between. So it's space without any physical object. More and more the awareness is becoming prominent, the subject is becoming prominent as we thin out. And then close the eyes, drop all objects, even the space, but I am seeing. Drop all hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, all thinking, all remembering, all enjoying, suffering, memory, sense of ego. Deep sleep is a good, simulate deep sleep. That total, complete blankness, drop that also. You won't say, how do you do that? I can't teach you. It will plunge into an indescribable wakefulness. You're still awake, but it's indescribable. There'll be no thought, sensation, anything, but it's there. There's no denying it. Okay. The lady here. Did you remember the question?
You just answered it.
Okay, go ahead. Yes. Can you give the microphone here? Where's the microphone? Oh. The microphone was? Where? The lady here, yes. Yes.
Pranam Swamiji. Thank you so much. So, devil's advocate.
Yes.
This mudra, and it segues into Pragyanam Brahman.
Yes.
When you translated Pragyanam Brahman, you said Brahman is consciousness,
Yes.
rather than Brahman consciousness. And I wonder, where is the is?
Oh, in Sanskrit you can do that. Pragyanam
can.
Brahma, Pragyanam is consciousness. Brahman consciousness, yes.
Well, this mudra, from the Dzogchen point of view,
Yes.
is emptiness in the three realms.
Oh, really?
Yes, and the debate is, if you have one, you have a problem. And if you have zero, then it can be infinite capacity manifestation. And so when I contemplate Pragyanam Brahman, for me, over time, I see the inseparability, but I have stopped to call it one. Because the one has given me problem over many decades of practice, or giving me cause to pause. And so I have that side of, I would love your comment.
Beautiful. I didn't know that the mudra meant the emptiness of the three realms. But it makes perfect sense now. Now put them together. Emptiness of the three realms?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that's the only interpretation, but that is the Dzogchen interpretation
Right.
I have
Put in the
received.
Advaita interpretation and the Dzogchen interpretation together. I learned something new today. Put them together, you get Brahma Satyam, Jagat Mithya, Jiva Brahmaiva Napara. The emptiness. Normally, what do you mean by reality? We mean the physical world, the mental world, and then we have to put in the causal world. These three. This is reality. In Mandukya terms, Jagrat Prapancha, Swapna Prapancha, and the Sushupti Prapancha. Prapancha, there's no Prapancha in Sushupti, it's Bija Avastha, it's a seed state. The seed state, the mental world, and the physical world. That constitutes our reality. And here is Dzogchen saying, Madhyamaka Buddhism, the emptiness people, they are saying these three worlds are empty of any intrinsic reality. You take away reality from them. And this. Brahman is real, the three worlds are empty of reality, and I am Brahman. You are Brahman. Brahma Satyam, Jagat
Thank
Mithya, Jiva Brahmaiva Napara. Okay, we made a discovery, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thanks.
I think it's a good point to end it.
Thank you.
Yes, we can meet out there and we will talk. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Thank you very much for such a lovely session. My question is, after all awareness we taught today, thank you for that. You are speaking to us, we all are sitting here, and everything coming in the awareness. Is this all true, or it doesn't exist? That's the way we see.
Oh, it's all true. Swami Vivekananda said the positive way of approaching it is, I'm saying exactly the opposite of what I just said to her right now. He says, instead of saying going from falsity to truth, let's say we go from lower truth to higher truth.